Well, welcome back, Middle Georgia. It's Pink Month, and that means breast cancer awareness has begun. Now, joining me to talk about breast cancer is a representative from the Susan G. Komen Foundation of Middle Georgia, Jill Vanderhook. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. So let's just start off with some statistics, because a lot of people don't know a lot of the information, some of the facts about breast cancer. So can you explain a couple for us?
Well, the biggest fact is at some point, 1 in 8 women in their lifetime will be diagnosed with breast cancer. And that's a stunning statistic. And what we've also found is 1 in 1,000 men will also be diagnosed with breast cancer. The research is starting to show that, it's becoming more and more prevalent. When you talk to people, everybody has a story. Oh, my aunt had breast cancer, my mom had breast cancer, my sister. And what we're finding is it really affects everyone.
And everyone at different ages, different races. I mean, it's non-discriminatory.
Absolutely. You have young survivors, you have old survivors, you have white survivors, you have African-American survivors. What the research also tells us is white women are more prone to get breast cancer, but especially in our local community, African-American women are more likely to die of breast cancer, and that's because they are finding their cancers later, and their treatment is harder.
Now, speaking of finding treatments, we have a graphic that we want to pull up really quick that kind of shows the how you can detect breast cancer in lemons.
Yes.
And it breaks it down. So can you explain this chart for us?
This is actually one of our favorite educational brochures that we send out, and everybody asks for this. This is a great way to look at several ways that breast cancer can occur, can surface in your body. A lot of people think, oh, well, I do my monthly self-exam and I'm looking for that lump. What's important to know is it's not just a lump. It can come in the form of a rash or an indentation or dimpling, and this is a great tool. A great tool for people to see the different forms. We show this to a lot of different people, and they're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And to be quite honest, before I started working for Komen earlier this year, I had no idea. I always thought it was a lump. And so what we like to tell people, what Komen's stance is with looking for breast cancer or being aware is know what your normal is. It can come in several different ways, and to really have that communication with your doctor.
Absolutely. And there are ways to get the treatment that you need.
Yes, we have resources out there. What we find in our community, because we mainly focus on uninsured and medically underserved residents, is that fear should not be a barrier, that transportation should not be a barrier, and that the lack of insurance should not be a barrier. We have organizations like the Macon Volunteer Clinic and Houston Healthcare. They have our grants to help people that don't have those resources.
Well, thank you so much, Jill, for being here
this
morning.
Thank you. This has been great.
Now, if you want to learn more information about the fight to end breast cancer, or just learn general information about breast cancer, you can visit www.komencentralgeorgia.org.